What is up, people? Skywalker Hendrix here with another video for you guys today. I am looking at the Bad Batch Wrecker from Star Wars The Black Series. Was super excited for this figure. It was kind of one of those figures that was I had on pre-order for a while, and it was like in the back of my mind. I'm like, this could be like a really great figure if they do what they did with Hunter from the Bad Batch, which is the only other member I have. But I am planning on getting Tech, and then Tech I have on pre-order, and then same with Imperial Crosshair. Gonna just skip on the Bad Batch Crosshair, just because the Imperial version is the one we mainly see. I'm not gonna, but super happy I got this. Seeing that it was at a local Target, got it because I have not gotten any of my pre-orders yet. So went out, got this. There was a full case. I go in, I look at the shelf. It has like a couple archive figures on it. I look right next to this on a cart, like a stocking cart where they stock everything, and I look, first box I see, Star Wars Hasbro. I was like, excuse me. I look at the employee working, and I'm like, hey, can I cut this box open? And they come over, they cut it open, fresh, filled with wreckers. It was awesome. That's like the first time that's happened to me where I'm like, can you open this box, and it's just a fresh case in there. That's a first for me, so pretty excited about that. I've had pretty good luck around my area with getting Black Series, but you have to be like on point with it. Like when it says when they go up, and it's like the street date, you gotta go get it that day or you're missing out. I mean, there's some cases where you can get them later on, but figures like this that are just highly desirable, like, you gotta get it that day or you're missing out. So I've had pretty good luck with finding figures in the wild, so here's another one to add to the collection. Super excited about this figure. Let's look at the packaging. Obviously, we got the window on the front wrecker looking good in there. All the, this is the new Galaxy. I call it new, but it's not even new anymore. We got the nice artwork on the side, and as you can see, Captain Rix is the next one coming in the Bad Batch, which it's been showing up in Canada, so hopefully it'll be showing up here soon. Can't wait to get my hands on that Rex. I'm digging that Rex look more than like his like regular look. So I want to get it and see, if it's worth it. I don't know if it's worth $30, but anyway, we got the bio right there. You can pause and read that right now if you want to. Number 5 in the Bad Batch line, we got Wrecker, his artwork there again. Nice side window here, Star Wars The Black Series, along with the maroonish color for the Black Series. Looking very nice. I love the different colors that they're using for this packaging. It's cool seeing it all lined up, once you get multiple figures into whatever sub-series it is or whatever, but yeah, let's get Wrecker out of the packaging. Alright, and for accessories, Wrecker does come with his nice big old like sword. I'd almost call this, like, this thing's a machete basically, or yeah, I don't know what you'd call it, but it's big. This is very awesome that we get with him. Also, there's a spot to store it on him. We get his typical Commando Blaster. I don't know what these are called specifically, but it's what the clone commandos use, which that's the kind of armor. It's like modified commando armor, and I notice that this is a little undersized. it's just a problem with the Bad Batch. Some of the Bad Batch characters, it's just a tad undersized, but you know, we get his so cool of a helmet. This thing is just awesome. Again, with in my Hunter review, I pointed out I think it could be like uh, heated and molded to be a little more circular. Just I think that would look a little better, but it looks amazing. The paint apps on this thing are so good. You know, it looks like he painted it himself, which is kind of the whole spiel. Super cool. Loving that. And then we get his like backpack type deal. Very cool. There's paint on it. It's kind of scuffed up. Very cool. But the main reason I'm here is for Wrecker. So let's take a look at the big boy. And here he is. Wrecker is looking fantastic. Already just moving him around just to get him standing. Oh, I'm gonna love this figure. I love Hunter from the Bad Batch. I think his figure is great. So glad to get Wrecker for sure. This guy just looks amazing. The paint apps, I mean, I think they could have went a little harder, but for what they did do, I think it does look very, very nice. All the little scrapes and dings all over. You know, he looks battle worn. Another thing, the face looks really, really good. No question. But I do think it's sculpted. They could have painted that scar just a little bit, and I think it would have went a long way. So, but it's not a big terrible gripe. I'm gonna pretty much have the helmet on whenever I have him displayed, but he does look absolutely fantastic in my opinion for a big guy too. And I do want to go over the articulation because, as you may know by now, these are fresh, like straight out of the box reviews. I do not do any articulation unless I'm getting them to stand up. So, but I've heard it's pretty good. I've heard it's pretty good, especially for a big guy. So for the head, he does tilt very nice, and I think the only thing stopping him is this kind of big collar piece. He can look down very nicely. Hopefully, we get an Omega figure where he can be looking down at her. He can look up pretty good for the sculpt. The sculpt is in the way. It happens sometimes. The design, you can't fault a figure when the design hinders the articulation, in my opinion. I just think you can't fault it for that because that's the design. It's not the figure's fault. Great head articulation though, nonetheless, working with the sculpt. His arms do go up to, I'd almost say a little past 90 even, but they do go up very nicely. They will spin around all the way, but you have to deal with this, and it's right in between the arm socket and the socket, so it's kind of just sandwiched in there, and it works amazing. Like, I think on the Hunter figure it works amazing, and I think on this it's kind of the same with the new Stormtrooper mold. But I think it works amazing. All you got to do is just move it together. Just make sure you're holding on to that. We do get single jointed elbows right here, and they swivel as well. And they do get up past 90, which is amazing, especially for a big guy. Gotta love the big guys. He does have up and down hinge. It's a little tight. I don't want to really mess with it, but he does have up and down hinge right there, and back and forth on this hand. So very good to see the past 90 though, and yeah, those elbows are just really smooth in my opinion. We do get ab crunch, really not like crazy, but I love this kind of cut they do on figures nowadays, where I think it looks very clean, and he does get tilt like for days, so you can have him like tilting like all the way. It's great. I think this figure is already a banger, certified. So the legs do move out about that far. I mean, nothing crazy. It's a clone body basically, just bigger. Back about that far, and he does go out about that far. Pretty decent. I mean, he could almost do the splits, get down there. So that is looking good. He does have swivel as well at the thigh, which is essential. Single knees. And again, it does stay at the top. It is a bummer, but, you know, I think it works for this figure, honestly, in my opinion. I don't think it's that big of a deal. So, that's just my opinion. It does swivel as well. Maybe not. Oh, yep, there we go. It does swivel. And he does have foot articulation that goes back about that far, forward about that far, and of course there is rocker in there. Amazing. So, you know, kind of just your run-of-the-mill Black Series articulation, newer Black Series articulation. I think he's a great looking figure. I mean, this guy just looks absolutely fantastic in my opinion. And let's get his helmet on quick, because I wanted to see that. I like how in the show too he wears his helmet kind of like this, like he wears it like a hat. It's so funny to me. I don't know why, but I just like that about Wrecker. Wrecker's a cool dude in my opinion. I'm really digging the Bad Batch show and everything, so I'm liking him. And of course, he just looks even more badass. I feel like I don't even have that on all the way. You can see it in there. Give me a second. Alright, here he is with his helmet on, looking good. And I think even with the helmet on, you can, I mean, you can't go crazy with it, but you could get, you can get decent articulation. You might get some gappage in there, but I think, yeah, you can do it. And at the end of the day, you're basically, I mean, me anyway, I'm just gonna have him stand there with his gun, I don't do like crazy dynamic poses. I just think they look more badass, kind of in a ready position, or sometimes I do go the extra mile and kind of do something dynamic. But wanted to show here, he does have weapon storage for his big old knife too, right in his leg, so that is very cool. Wrecker's just looking really, really good in my opinion. Really loving this figure. Let's put his backpack on too. So it just plugs right in like so. If I can even do it. There we go. So yeah, there he is, all suited up, ready to go. Let's compare him with some other clones. Here he is with Hunter from the Bad Batch, looking very, very just fantastic together. Here he is with a Bandai model kit Phase 2 Clone Trooper, looking good. And here he is with Captain Rex, and I like how big he is, but he's not like crazy big. I think it looks good compared to some of his clone brethren. And last but not least, here he is with the Elite Squad Trooper from the Bad Batch. Again, just looking phenomenal altogether. Alright, and Wrecker is definitely a 10 out of 10 figure in my opinion. I mean, look at this. He's basically looking down the sights. Pretty close to it. For a big guy, that is just awesome. So I give this guy a 10 out of 10. Gotta do it. Loving the Bad Batch figure so far. Can't wait to get my hands on more. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. And subscribe if you're new. Like the video or dislike. Tell me what I can do better. Again, just an amazing figure. Go get yourself one. Definitely 100% recommend Wrecker. Especially, I mean, if you're a Clone Wars fan, even if you're not on the Bad Batch, but you're a Clone Wars fan, go watch the Bad Batch right now. You're gonna love it. So that is my review for today. I'll see you all in the next review. Peace out.